Welcome, everybody, to Is This Thing On? It's like I almost forgot how to host it, Jerry. We took a week off. We are the Whiskey Brothers, or at least I am. I host a series of shows on this network throughout the week. But this is my favorite. This is a show where we get to showcase some Houston talent. And it's always faces, most of which haven't been seen even on the podcast before. So welcome to the show. We'll get to know everybody a little bit later. But Brian Gendron, Corlis DeLauren, and Neal Rosen, everyone on the show, their last name ending in an N. I don't know what that means, but we raise a glass to you guys. I've got some Old Humble Distilling Company whiskey. They dropped by the Double Oak Rye. It's a brand new whiskey. It's not even out yet. And I'm going to enjoy a glass of that. We are going to get right into topic one. That is the important thing. We often cover the big subjects on the Whiskey Brothers, but and as comics, we try and tackle them too, right? Topic A. It's the big, hey, what's happening in the news? You all got to get there with your best take on it. And most of open mics are just comics attempting the same 2 or 3 versions of. We know what it's like. This week is a big one. Free Britney.
Free Britney.
After all the waiting, after all the years, after all the hell and grief that I guess some people have been through, I wasn't really paying attention. Her conservatorship, is that the correct word?
Yeah.
It's over.
That's what we're gonna say.
Her career, her finances, her right to get married, have kids after 14 years, it's over. An L.A. County judge terminated the court-ordered arrangement. She is liberated at the age of 39. Neal, did that move your needle at all?
It's a big moment for everybody. I mean, she turns 40. I looked it up. I was curious, like, how old is Britney Spears? She turns 40. So my only thought on this is the emotional investment that the world has put into this is, to me, unwarranted. But I think the Free Britney tagline, the hashtag, lives on because it describes the amount I'd be willing to pay to see her perform. Yeah. And actually, that's probably too expensive, so I would change it to Pay Me Britney. Yes,
Shame.
That's the new hashtag for me. So, yeah.
Let's answer that. Free Britney.
No.
Corliss?
Oh, man. Free Britney or not. Here's my take. I feel like Britney Spears is an alien.
Ooh.
I feel like she's an alien, and her father was an intergalactic soldier that came to Earth to derail her white women ways. This is the thing. White women tears are the most powerful thing on this earth. And the only thing that can thwart that is a white man, okay? Let me tell you something. This girl,
That's a good point, it really is.
The father didn't win because he underestimated her grouping with the gay community. Okay, the gay community was supporting her. He never had a chance. I feel like an ancient. Like an ancient guardian is gonna show up like on the Mummy and be like, you don't know what you've done. We've had her here for 10 years. Like it's gonna be like I feel like we gotta stay tuned for jailbird Britney. If you thought shaved head, wearing no shoes in a public bathroom,
Umbrella Britney
was bad, you about to see.
So we're gonna regret it.
Britney.
We're gonna regret it.
We're gonna regret this.
Yeah, that's what people forget. There has been this crazy skin-headed Umbrella Britney trapped inside this body. We've all been crying for her for however.
Years.
Yeah, but
we've like an alien.
Yes.
Yes.
That I cannot wait till they start going through her old tweets. She everybody loves her until they don't. That's a Free Britney so we can eat her. That's what's going to happen.
We ruin celebrity lives one day at a time, guys, okay? And her destruction is coming because they freed her. So just like Whitney, why do you think Beyonce only gives out information? She don't even let us know about her life because we will destroy a celebrity in a hot second.
All this was the inmates telling to take her out of maximum security and put her in Gen Pop so they can kill her.
It's a
That's
rap.
the whole.
It's a rap.
No,
okay?
let the cop out here with the rest of us. It's Brian. What about you?
I think you might be right. I think all white people might be aliens. And like, look, we're the worst for this earth. We are.
You
the
heard
worst.
it here first.
And we have our best white guys trying to get us out of here. We got Elon Musk. We got Jeff Bezos. We got our best guys working on it. So we're about to get out.
Wow.
That's quite true.
Yeah.
We are. This is an escape. This is us digging through the wall in Shawshank.
I've seen Wall-E, man. We just want to be fat and on spaceships and outer space. We've done enough here, done enough damage.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, like, I couldn't get past conservatorship. Like, I've never heard that word before. I thought that was a church in Katy. Like, I had no idea what that word meant.
That was awesome.
And like, where do you get? I need a who's taking care of her finances, her personal life, her medical decisions. How do you get a conservatorship? I need all of these things. I'm a comic. I don't.
Does anybody here have as much of their stuff in order as Brittany did that she was complaining about?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, my stuff is way too in order. Free me.
Oh, somebody's paying all my bills and handling stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm gonna laugh because her net worth is $60 million. I'm gonna laugh because they're trying to say that the father was taken from her. I'm gonna fucking laugh. Can you cuss?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like,
you did it.
I already
actually.
did it.
It's
too late.
I'm just counting them up. Yeah,
Better to ask for a forgiveness than to ask for permission, I guess. But ultimately, she's worth $60 million. So I'm just wondering if they're going to get the notes back because they're doing like a whole like investigation and find out he's taking none of the money and he really was just trying to save her from herself.
And in fact, she's made 20% over the last 14
right.
years.
She showed like the best returns.
She outperformed the market and Warren Buffett.
Her most successful relationship was with her father with the conservatorship. Okay, like seriously, like the K-Fed was 3 years. The second dude, we don't even know his name. It was less than a year.
Oh my gosh!
And now she's trying to marry this 27-year-old model. And I'm like, the dad is like, no.
Yeah,
like, I think he was saving her.
It's one of those. She may be 2 or 3 years away from proving she needs a conservatorship. It's how I feel about Iraq. Do you remember? Like we got rid of Saddam Hussein, and then a couple of years later, you're like, you know what this country needs is a brutal dictator.
We got a short-term memory. We got short-term memory here. We be like, was Brittany crazy? Yes, she was very fucking crazy, bro. Okay.
Nah, man, I had her and I gave it up. That's that poor dad. Take his percentage. Let's get to know you guys. I know y'all. I know you all. Some of you better than others, and but the audience does not. Let's start across the table. Brian Gendron, tell them who you are.
Yeah, so comedy credits, almost winning comedy contest. Had a lot of that. Almost won.
Never won?
No, I did. I won.
Get out of here then.
All right.
That's I'm perennial third. I've never come in higher than that.
Okay. Almost won FCIT. Almost won. What was the thing? Laugh Town's funniest.
Yes.
But Kenji Alonso, he's been on the show.
He was here last week.
Murdered that room. Unbelievable.
Did you lost to him this year?
Lost to him.
I love him and hate him at the same
Did
time.
win Katie comedy contest. Only happened once. They give me $1,000. Big check for it. $1,000 in local comedy.
Oh yeah, you don't get to
contests.
pretend you haven't won a contest.
Yeah. But that's it. So, but other than that, man, performed all over the country, not all over the world like you. Been in New York and Boston, Baltimore, New Orleans, Katy, all over the place. And then here locally, I run a comedy. It's called a comedy show, but it's a comedy club.
So
dude.
I was gonna say what you guys are doing at the Riot inside of Rudyard's upstairs on Fridays and Saturdays and I think other nights now.
Thursdays, Sundays, dude, 6 to 8 a week. Yeah.
So yeah, you're actually I think the third comedy club in town, and it's wrong to say otherwise. You're running some fantastic shows out there. You're bringing in comics from all around the country. It's not just a bunch of locals or even pulling from San Antonio or Austin. It's really a well-run show. And if you're in the Houston area and you're thinking about if you're trying to watch comedy, Secret Group is great. They're always doing good stuff. The Improv, if you're into celebrity acts, always fans of ours as well. But that's the best place to go watch something down and dirty. It's a low ceiling. It's small. It's intimate, but it feels authentic comedically. And I think all of us who are comics will back that play. So the Riot on just about every night of the week except for Mondays.
The Riot HTX, where you find us, riothtx.com, Riot HTX on social media. And thanks, man. I mean, it's
of course.
New York style comedy club, candlelit tables. Smaller than the Improv. Improv feels really corporate and big. Love to perform there, but it's just massive. And then Secret Group's great, the black box, but we're right in the middle of that.
It's a perfect. You just thread the needle perfectly. And having done the show a couple of times now, it's a lot of fun. So go check that out. Brian Gendron. Next to him, Corlis DeLauren, if we're pronouncing it correctly.
You're perfectly.
Let them know who you are.
I am a native Houstonian, but I lived on both coasts, New York and California. Started my comedy career, and there I had some things that lifted me off the ground. But the world is small. It's the internet has made everything fabulous. The social media has made it even smaller. So I actually want to get into traveling. I would love to be a part of a sketch show eventually. And then I'm also going to take a Brian class on marketing, and because that's, I mean, honestly, I would love to have like a spot that I produce a comedy show for as successfully as you have. And really, to be honest with you, you're probably my main producer for money. Do you have a show that you need to? Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we
but
love
yeah,
having you, yeah.
native Houstonian, like I said, but I had some credits on MTV and stuff like that. I'm a storyteller, and I really, really love comedy. Fell in love with it when I was in New York. That was 9 years ago. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so basically I'm just getting my footing here in Houston, and hopefully I'll start traveling like these gentlemen on this at this table, where I can be like, I went to Iraq and got a mask.
It's yeah, you know what? It's put Iraq like 50th or 60th down.
Oh my
on your,
bad.
on
Yeah, they
your
don't
list.
take women.
That's
I think I'm gonna get tomatoes.
That'll
if I go
be
to-
your last trip.
Yeah.
and if you got tomatoes, the upside
You'll wear a
is
mask there, that's
you'd
for
be
sure.
covered.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
She
yeah.
loved Iraq.
Oh
Yeah.
man, she really
Yeah.
loved that place, but they did not love her.
Indeed. And then across the table from her, directly to my right. Now, we go back, it seems like 2 decades now, but finally catching back up. Neal Rosen.
Hi there, I'm Neal Rosen. Been in Houston half my life. I grew up in a town called Suffern, New York,
Nice.
which is spelled with the word suffer and my first initial. So that's a sign. That's a sign. You got to get out of there. I started comedy in Houston in the late 90s, as you know. My comedy tends to be on the clean side. I wouldn't say that's my objective. I just tend to write stuff that people say is clean. So much so that one of my claims to fame in like 99 or so is I was booked to perform live comedy on a morning Houston talk show, the Deborah Duncan Show.
Oh yeah.
And they got me. I was recommended as 2 or 3 people that could keep it completely clean for a bunch of housewives. And they came to the Laugh Stop and turned it into a TV studio for the morning. And I was so nervous that I dropped an F-bomb
Oh no.
during my set. And actually, it literally the show screeched to a halt, and Deborah Duncan was on the floor cracking up, and the place erupted, and they still had the mic on, and I just said, "Am I ever going to be on TV again, Deborah?" And she goes, "Probably not." And you know what? She was right.
Oh no. What are the chances?
But now the internet, so
It's
you're back
it's
at it.
unfindable. They didn't. I've actually. Oh, by the way, one last thing. I'll just.
Yeah, you're
here.
good.
I ran into Deborah Duncan. We're not like pals or anything. But I'm in the Galleria Mall. I'm walking into some store, and she's walking out, and I'm like, oh. And I look at her, and she looks at me, and there's this recognition, and I go, "You remember me?" She goes, "Yes, Mr. Rosen." I remember you.
Oh,
And she's like, "Good day." So I was like, "Bye, Deborah."
no.
It's forgivable. That is a default mechanism in all of us. It's the word fuck when we're uncomfortable is just, it's coming.
Yes.
It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. She should have known that.
Yes.
That's on her. You don't put comedy on a morning show.
Yeah. So I'll leave it at that. I mean, that's good.
Neal Rosen, it's good to have you here. We're gonna sort of get to know you better in this next segment. It's a brand new one. Jerry Wayne, you're responsible for this, right? Yeah. All right. I can't blame myself if it goes poorly, although if it goes well, I did greenlight it. The segment's called Fish Out of Water. We've all seen the movies, right? Crocodile Dundee, 2, where he goes to New York, Elf, Big, Back to the Future is another one, where you take your main character and you throw them into the most uncomfortable situation possible, right? And then you see how they flounder and get themselves out of it. We're going to get to know you guys a little bit better by finding out what your movie would be, and we're going to do it in a slightly different order. I'm going to start with you, Neal. We're going to figure out what your movie is.
All right. Just picture this, and I took this a different way than maybe you were intending.
There is no wrong way to take these.
Picture this as a movie preview that you might see before you see the movie you want to see. All right.
This summer.
This holiday season, don't miss the Fish Out of Water film to end all Fish Out of Water films. It's the year 2050. After decades of broken commitments and inaction around climate change, the natural world is at its breaking point.
Uh-oh.
Freddie the Fish, played by Rami Malek, who, let's face it, looks like a fish. Freddie lives in Lake Michigan, which was one of the Great Lakes, but is now just an okay pond. and is rapidly on its way to becoming a bad little puddle. So Freddy and his band of lovable underwater friends, including Sammy the Syringe, Pete the Plastic Bag, and Derek the Dead Body,
He's been to the Great Lakes.
are in a race against time and humanity to save the small slice of livable environment they have left. But standing in their way and thwarting them at every turn are the four horsemen of the apocalypse, played by Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg, all playing themselves. Will Freddy and his buddies save the world and what's left of Lake Michigan, or will the four horsemen complete their decimation of the earth? Come on out this holiday season and root for Freddy, because this fish is almost literally out of water. Pixar's Fish Out of Water, opening December 5th.
I love that. And I actually was
taking
gonna
my
look
kids.
at that. I know. I'm looking at cartoons.
I think that's a legit Pixar film. I mean,
That's all copyright.
know.
Yeah. Neal Rosen. Wow. That I would go watch that 100 times over. Johnny Depp is the syringe.
yes.
Who's the plastic bag? Josh Gad is one of them because he's everything in an
Steve
animated
Buscemi
world.
is the dead body.
And there you go.
Yes.
That was actually a really good movie.
I would absolutely go watch it. And the best possible fish out of water film. Brian.
I hate following that. That is incredible.
Okay, Corlis. No,
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. But that was, he did it in the Neal Rosen way. It's very much like your comedy. You do these things. It's great. So I'm not gonna read it like a movie preview. But
Yeah.
This is really just a premise. Y'all build on it. So I had this idea. I was watching SNL, and I can't remember the player who does Ted Cruz, but it's a woman that dresses up like Ted Cruz.
yes.
80 Bryant.
80 Bryant.
Yeah.
Super funny, right? And she's been doing Ted Cruz, so that's where this comes from. But like a super conservative politician, his campaign advisor is like, look, like you're behind in the polls. Like if you became a woman, like you might be able to win this. And this guy is so power hungry that he goes through and gets a transition as a sex change. Okay. Now, this is too woke?
No. I'm
Too woke. All right, so now
100% in because you're playing this character.
I give a politician look. Yeah,
You
it's a
absolutely.
biopic. All right.
You're checking every box right now.
So
Now,
all right.
show me sexy.
And I do want to get into more acting, so this is perfect. I'm going to pitch this to the studios here in Houston. All the industry we have here, and so. So basically, at the end of it, he realizes, or she realizes that she was treated unfairly by her party, and then runs as a Democrat, becomes the first transgender Democrat to be elected, takes Ted Cruz's seat.
And this is all played by you.
Starring Brian Gendron.
We need a campaign slogan for your character.
That's true.
What would your character? What would her?
No longer a dick.
No longer a dick.
Jerry Wayne Longmire fired from back of house.
Love it.
With a throwback to the 70s politics and transgenderism. Corlis.
I was still waiting on the political slogan. I was like, what are you going to do?
Well,
How
I
you
mean,
gonna run?
it is.
I'm just kidding.
It is. What would your slogan be?
Oh, I don't know.
No longer a dick has got. I mean, we'll
But
roll.
It's hard to beat no longer a dick.
Yeah, that's true. That sounds like, never mind. All
Corlis, if we took you out of your element and we put you into an outrageous environment.
right. Okay, so I did mine like a movie little, what's it called?
Trailer?
Preview.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have words.
I'm here
today.
for you.
Okay, thank y'all. Okay, here we go. From the studio that brought you Squid Games and the producers of Fear Factor comes the crossover movie event of the year. I'm not doing that shit. After a tragic mistake of attending college and inexplicable mountains of debt, Corlis receives a mysterious invitation to compete for cash prizes and a series of challenges that can place her and a group of friends in financial gain and prosperity. But can she do it? Starring Joe Rogan as himself. Corlis, for the first challenge, you have to lay in a tub of roaches. Oh, hell no. Okay, what if we put one roach in your hand? Absolutely not. Okay, so can we just get you to stand next to the roach? I mess it up.
It's good. It's good.
With special appearances from Nicolas Cage, Kevin Bacon, and Bruce Willis, because these dudes would do anything for a check these days. I'm not doing that shit. Duration time, 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
That's 100% round of applause. Yeah, clap it up.
Thank you.
Clap it up. That is exactly how I felt
What
watching
is it
every
about?
single
Oh,
Fear Factor,
I'm not
Squid Game, the whole shebang.
It came from the fact of my fear of roaches. So I'm from the country slightly, but like my grandmother.
Corlis, I'm a
peace.
grown ass man. I will throw a couch at a fucking roach.
Yeah, she had such a bad infestation. I actually have seen an albino roach, like where it's white. And it was such a bad infestation, like they would crawl on us at night. And I just have the biggest fear of it. And like Kenji knows it, and so like he'll send me pictures and be like, "What would you do this for $1 billion?" And I'm like, I'm literally sweating under my arms now thinking about it. Like
They're not. And here's the thing: it's all in the framing. We talked about this a while back. A roach is basically it's the same thing as a cricket. A cricket's just a crooked leg roach. I will hold a cricket in my hand and not miss a beat, but a roach freaks me out. Oh. You won't touch a cricket either?
I can't do it.
Okay. Oh my God. She's actually gonna
I'm like
cry. There was one time I was doing I had a night planned to do some mushrooms, and I
Nice.
had the dosage everything all set out on the counter. Everything was as it should have been, and it was summertime had just set in, and I had gone back in the kitchen, and it was like that one moment in the summer where they're in and there was
they
a
come in
roach
to cool down.
on the mushrooms, and I was like, man, I should just kill this thing. And then I was like, nope, I'm going to wait 45 minutes, come back in and scare the shit out of it. It's let that psilocybin sink in. And then, ooh, that roach to death.
Yeah. Oh my God. I look at people in awe when I love big country guys that can just be like, oh my God, and they just kind of like, I'm just like, you're my hero.
Nah, you're a dirty-handed sumbitch. I don't. Nope. You and your roach hand.
I love people that can kill roaches like with no problem.
No.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm gonna call. I used to cook food for the guys in college, and the deal was, if I called them and it was a roach, they had to come over. Whether they were with a girl or not, and they had to explain it. So I was like, "You can come eat all my food. I don't even care, but you have to come kill the roach." And it worked out really well.
Everybody should 100% have a roach friend. You should have a roach friend who comes over and handles that shit. Cause look, even when you squirt, I don't have a problem hitting him.
Jerry Wayne, your roach friend?
He's my roach friend. He doesn't know he's my roach friend, but he's my roach friend. I just haven't used you yet, buddy. I'll kill one in a pinch, but they do that weird. Why you gotta bleed in 4 different colors?
Oh,
They
The
bleed
sound.
like a Tide
And
Pod.
the sound that
Yes,
they
there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
crunch.
worse than their existence.
they're so icky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, none of them deserve to live.
No, they don't.
They were trying to make it like this PETA thing with Joe's apartment. I'm like, no roaches were harmed in the film, and I was like, they all needed to be burned in
Every
hell.
last one of
That's
them.
what I wanted them to
Scorch
do.
it.
Oh.
If these weren't hardwood floors,
No, and then their legs are still like separated and like
Oh.
yeah, it's like it's the worst.
they're so resilient. Oh,
Yeah.
assholes.
I
All right.
can't stand them.
We're gonna go. We got another show. We got more roaches. This segment is I forget what it's called because I've already taken the screen down. But you guys, we've done it once before. We've allowed y'all to sell us certain items, and Jerry Wayne has done me the pleasure of grabbing the most random stuff that the internet has to offer. And I don't know what these things actually are. But I'm hoping that you guys can sell me a version of them. Jerry, you're free to go to the big screen. I'm going to cut to Brian first. Tell me what I'm buying.
All right. So listen, you are a sexual predator in the workplace. Okay.
So far, so good.
See? You're my ideal client, all right, or ideal customer.
I'm listening.
Go on.
So this adorable rodent, it's called risk-reducing rodent. You put it on your hand, and you can have your way with anybody in the office without any repercussions. Okay. Like you see Deborah over in accounting with that short dress on. By the way, it's her fault for wearing it. Am I right?
100%.
You know, you can go in there and grab that squeeze, and it's not you.
It's the squirrel.
It's just a cute squirrel, right? You get you're hating this right now. It's not me.
Excuse me.
It's just a market for this. You
This
understand?
is less woke. But
I went the opposite direction with this one.
Brian, you used to be a gentleman.
You're on a Zoom call. You want to jerk it. It's not you. It's just the rodent poking up.
It's also
it was the rodent, Your Honor.
First of all, I object.
If a rodent was touching you, you'd be
No, those squirrels curly nails that they had on it are too sharp. That's too sharp for a penis.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know. I would feel like that would not make it to the end.
I don't know how to give girls pleasure. Let's start there. It's a design flaw.
Giving the girls hysterectomies, apparently. He's like, let me fuck all her insides up.
So inventor flaw. But the last, we do offer 30-day money back. So if it doesn't work for you, you'll give you your money back. You're going to need that for expensive court fees and attorney fees, okay?
That's true. I do have to ask, do y'all wash it and resell it?
He said expensive attorney fees. They ready for the lawsuits. They're like, we already have a law team in place.
That is, I am not buying one. Neal Rosen, we're gonna go to you next. Even though I've already blown it on the feed. Let's. I don't know what this is. This is. It does have. There are some hints on the box that you are free to absolutely disregard. But it says it's an electronic yodeling pickle.
Which I'm glad they clarify it's electronic in case they don't want to mislead the public that wants a real yodeling
You
pickle.
ever get one of those old handmade yodeling
Hey, what
pickles?
the hell? This is not a real yodel. This is electronic. What the? We needed a real.
An
Okay.
authentic yodeling pickle.
So as before, this is the start of a commercial for this. All right. Are your sandwiches too quiet? Do you wish your hamburger toppings expressed themselves just a bit more? And do you like having blatantly phallic-looking objects displayed around your home to make guests uncomfortable?
I'm listening.
Well, have I got the product for you? And that's the beginning of it. I looked this product up. You can buy it on Amazon, so you could have it in your house in 3 hours if you need it.
If you need it.
It's simply marketed as provides hours of mindless entertainment. And the only other stats, when you you see the photos, and one of the photos shows that it's 6 inches long. So
I'm listening.
That's the minimum. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sure the company figures, all right, some people might actually mindlessly entertain themselves by pressing the button, and some people might find something else to do with it. I'm just saying. So.
I'm not certain. I'm not getting one of these out of sheer curiosity.
You sold them.
I'm absolutely a little bit.
And you think when it's yodeling, it has to vibrate a little. I mean,
certainly it makes
a little
makes.
bit.
There's some motion.
Yeah. You can't yodel without vibrating. I mean, that's the physics of it, really.
Doing it right, yeah.
I didn't know that they had a machine that could do that. That's awesome. I'm like over here learning.
A 6-inch vibrating
machine that could
No,
yodel.
I'll
quiet that thing up right now.
the yodeling part of the machine.
I assume that you just blow in it and then press the button and it auto yodels.
You actually put half of it in your mouth. And then, yeah.
Do you use a little teeth or what's going on?
You have to cup the bottom.
Cup the balls a little bit. I went blatant.
Yes.
Okay, my bad. I went right to the.
Yeah.
Corlis like, and then make it come.
Yeah.
And then jiggle the balls at the same time and then suck and blow. God damn.
By the way, Jerry said earlier that I wouldn't go cheap with this, so I think I gone expensive and cheap. I think at the same time.
You did both. Corlis, anything you'd like to add? It's gonna make a sound like you're chugging a jug of milk.
What you want to do is get a nice lather up. What are we talking about here?
And look me in the fucking eye.
Look up here. Yeah.
Respect mine.
The electronic yodeling pickle. Corlis, now I'm curious. You have all I know is it's waterproof.
Yeah.
We've got it up on the screen right now. It looks like a dad bod fanny pack of some sort.
Yes, I didn't go that direction.
Well,
I did, but I didn't.
Well,
I thought we
now
were supposed to make up a.
Yes.
Why am I looking at Brian for approval?
That's because he's a.
Hold on, stop the show. Okay.
It's the trick is just to sell it to me. I don't care how you do it.
Here we
What's
go.
gonna make me want one of these?
Unattracts. Are you a woman with an attractive boyfriend that cheated on you and you took him back? Unattracts. Or maybe he hasn't cheated, but you have unwarranted suspicions of infidelity from past relationships. Unattracts. No need to find a trustworthy lover. Try Unattracts. By simply placing our durable strap around the waist and locking our Everlast clasp securely in the back, it comfortably flaps over the scrotum and gives alarming appearance of beer belly, crippling any ability to attract the opposite sex physically or visually. No need to find a real lover. Just use Unattracts. Well, for a limited time, we offer our patented sweat gland spray to go with it. Pesky low self-esteem individuals that are you still worrying about pesky low self-esteem individuals that will take it any man? Will use our spray. They won't take the smell even if they take your man. Our product has an 89% success rate on ain't shit dudes. Full money back guarantee. And the best feature of Unattracts, it can be used anytime, any place, even in water. Try Unattracts today.
Man, that was
Ain't shit
you
dudes.
have a great commercial voice. I want that product just because the way you said it. I don't
Well,
even.
you can use it for men and women.
Thanks.
You know, it's just like an ASMR video at this point. This is between those fingernails and that voice. That's absolutely perfect. I like how you pitched it as flaps over the scrotum. That's
Yes.
the way all good products are described.
I didn't know this. So in Europe, they call their vagina fanny.
Uh-huh.
And so that's why it's called fanny pack. So because I was like,
Vagina pack?
So hang.
Wait.
So this is
Okay.
in America, the fanny is the ass. In Europe,
Yeah, it's their
it's the
vagina,
front
so that's
side.
why they call it a fanny pack. And so I didn't know that, so that's why I thought this worked out.
Oh, this
perfectly
is
where it flaps
perfect.
Over the scrotum. I didn't know that. I had no idea. My English roommate told me. She was like, "No, that's your fanny,"
oh, that's.
and I was like, "No, that's not. That's your vagina, girl." Like,
Does she have she has the whole
Yeah,
accent?
she was
and
like,
the,
well, this would happen. We were in acting class
your
and
lesbian
we were in dance
experience
class.
right here?
No, and she was pulling her leotard out of her crotch, and she was, this is the worst accent ever. She was like, "Corlis, are you looking at me pull my knickers out of my fanny?" And I was like,
can't say-
"No." I was like, "You're pulling out of your crotch," and she was like, "No, this is your fanny." And I was like, "No, it's not."
You sure so it's not one person?
No, they all referred to the front part as fanny.
Okay.
I had no idea.
Now it makes perfect sense with the fanny pack and I'm sure
Yes,
it's
it
a
does.
European style that we stole. That's not an
Yeah,
American.
I had no idea.
Interesting.
You learn something new
Wow.
every day.
That's
Learning
a big one.
Learned a lot. Yeah.
And it's waterproof.
And it's waterproof.
I think I'm buying one of all of these, except for that stupid squirrel masturbation thing you have going on.
First producing rodent.
Because we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more segment, and we're gonna cover a couple of stories that we didn't get to in topic A, from around the world or the planet in some instances. We'll start with which story and which player. Corlis, let's go with you. Here's
Okay.
the story. On a SpaceX capsule returning to Earth, a broken toilet is going to force the astronauts into diapers. They're returning to Earth, 4 of them on the crew. The crew of the Dragon Endeavour. They'll be wearing diapers as they splash down. They've been having problems with the toilets on these things. It's a recurring problem. They don't seem to be too deterred about it, but wow. Thoughts?
Yeah, so my first thing is SpaceX is actually the company that Elon Musk owns.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a cheap son of a bitch. You decided to go skimp on the toilets. That's what I feel like from him. But this is my favorite part. What is the etiquette for adult diapers when you know that you have to take a shit? Because the article was completely focused on peeing. Peeing can be solved with an empty bottle and a dream. You know what I'm saying? but like, how do you take a shit when you have a diaper on? Do you just sit in the chair and take that shit, or do you go into a corner like my nephew and ask for privacy?
That's what my kid used to do,
Or
yeah.
do you pretend
Yeah.
to walk into the bathroom and act like you really can use the toilet?
Still sit on the toilet.
That-
Yeah.
I have that problem because if anything, this is my thing. If they're going to shit in their pants, don't tell everybody that they had the shit in their pants. You know, like they advertised this like that was a sweet deal for them. They were like, these guys are wearing diapers. And like, so they're shitting on their ass. That's going to fuck up their sex life, okay? Nobody's trying to toss a salad where shit might have been plastered on their ass cheeks for a phenomenal amount of time because they're in space. You know what I'm saying? Like
you have to go into sexual quarantine when you get back.
Yeah.
You're like, I know I've been in space for the
last. I'm gonna need you to wipe your ass with some bleach. Okay, that's the first time I agree with Donald Trump. Like, get some bleach and wipe your ass cheeks with that. That's it.
Wait, can we go back to toss a salad? What is that term?
Tossing a salad is when you when you kind of doing a little booty.
You eat the pussy.
It's the booty.
Well,
it's
yeah.
the booty. It's a butt.
Brian said, unless you're in England.
It's munching.
England.
It's the fanny.
Yeah, it's a fanny. That's what I was getting
No,
at.
it's a sexual term when you're going to the anal area.
The modern vernacular says eat the groceries, which they've generalized it.
They didn't have that in Suffern.
No, it's when you move to a very specific region
Suffern with an N.
pleasure
and do some lawn work.
Yeah, I'm learning so much tonight. I really am.
That's a predominantly clean Neal Rosen.
Wow. Hey, honey, let's toss a salad.
Yeah, no.
I'd like another salad.
How about you, Neal?
On the same topic?
Yes.
I just figure there's a YouTube video to fix anything. I figured there's got to be one to fix the toilet on the SpaceX capsule. I pictured, the YouTube video, just the guy's like, today I'm fixing the SpaceX capsule urine collection system, Model 900. You might have the 800. You might have the 850. Slight differences. You just need a good wrench. You'll need a space suit, of course. Anyway, I hope this helped. Like my video.
Subscribe.
They do always have the different styles. They always have the different. Like you might have the 850 or the 900.
Right.
Yeah, that shit was brilliant.
Tomorrow we'll be installing a sink. So
Either way, smash that subscribe button. We'll see you next on this old spacecraft. Gendron. Whew.
Man, Neal, you're always so good, dude.
It's okay. I'll make you go first on the next story.
Okay, good. But to me, that's just a challenge, right? To see who can get back to this spacecraft is the real challenger. To see who can get back without shitting, right?
Nice.
But the first thing I thought about, honestly, though, was Corlis has this hilarious bit where she's like stuck in this dude's bathroom that she really likes, and she has to throw the shit out the window.
Whoa.
Yeah. So not to prompt you or anything, but.
No, it's okay.
Wait, there's a story.
that sounds fantastic.
I'll let you tell it.
Oh, really? Oh, this is so embarrassing.
I will not force you to tell it. I said I'd let you tell it. You could also, in its place, punch Brian in the face.
No, I would never do that. I tell the story on stage. I'm fine. That's actually the story that got me on MTV. So I told it nationally, I guess, at this point. I'm giving myself too much credit. There was like 3 people that watched it. Okay, so long story short, too late. Going on a date with this really hot guy. Was super excited. I guess I was super nervous as well. I get to his apartment, and as soon as I get there, I have to take a shit, and it wasn't the kind you can hold. So for women in general, that's pretty like humiliating to like have to use that type of restroom, whatever. And so I go into the bathroom with a plan. It's called a push and flush. You know it. You shit really fast and you push it down the toilet really fast. And so I got ready to do that. My stomach muscles were in place, and I did it and tried to flush, and his toilet was broken. Thank God it was like whole pieces, because I don't know if I would have made it through anything else. But I literally I tried to fix his toilet. Because I'm not afraid of toilets. I'm afraid of rushes, but I'm not afraid of toilets. And I was in the back with the chain and everything. I tried to fill it with water. Nothing worked. I tried to put cleaning products to kind of muff the smell. And then I opened the window and I made a toilet paper pallet and started stacking the shit on the pallet with my hand mummified with toilet paper. And I threw it out the window.
All you had to do was go to YouTube. Have you found yourself in an uncomfortable predicament? Yeah, I realize you might have gone number 1 and number 3, but the point is.
This is the crazy thing. Somebody did that. A female did that the other day. Sandra D sent me something where a woman tried to do that, but she got stuck, and they had to call a rescue team to get her out of the wall. I don't know how she got in the wall, but she ended up trying to get the poop out of the thing, and she fell into the wall, and then she got stuck, so she had to call for help, and then my shit didn't turn out like that. No pun intended.
You went on a nice date.
I went out. I got to eat and have drinks and
you got a free dinner on that empty stomach. That's a
stomach. I hate you so much right now. It's like she was trying to open up her stomach for that meal.
I'm not going for just an appetizer.
I had a good old time, baby. We went to Spice. It was great.
That was awesome.
One more story. If you guys got some punches, this happened in Christchurch, New Zealand, and the story makes me laugh immensely. Till you get to some of the details, a New Zealand city, Christchurch, is taking its official wizard off the payroll after nearly 2 decades. That's a real sentence. I'm not exaggerating that at all. He's being removed. It might have something to do with some offensive remarks he made about women. I don't know if that's the official case. What he said was, and I'll just quote him: "I love women. I forgive them all the time. I've never struck one yet. Never strike a woman because they bruise too easily is the first thing, and they'll tell the neighbors and their friends, and then, well, you're in big trouble." So I don't know how he's losing his wizarding license, but I imagine that's part of it. Thoughts on the whole debacle? It could be about the wizarding or New Zealand in general, or man, just those words. And we'll go to you first, Brian, so you don't have to follow Neal.
Yeah, there's unfollowable, this guy.
Jesus, Neal.
It's already a better take than mine. He's threatening me with his better take. I see him over there. If he had risk-reducing rodent, then maybe. Yeah.
That's good.
No, I'm gonna look at Will while I say this. Like now, if Mississippi would just fire their wizard.
Very well done.
Wow.
And you wanted to go.
Bravo.
That was fantastic.
I wish I'd known that was the punch you'd have gone last.
Nice.
No, I don't want to follow that.
We'll just work our way clockwise.
That's me then.
To you, Corlis. So it's a long story, lots of details involved. You can grab any element of them, but of the wizard.
I wanted to say, did Christchurch, did they accept wizards before they accepted the black people? Because there's an order to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be like Asian, Hispanic, and then black, then wizard. It's a protocol to how we accept people. But
that's the order Mississippi went in.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. But like, to follow the rules, sir. But my thing is, what I got caught up on was that he tried to play it cool and say that he didn't want to be a part of the church anymore because it was a bunch of bureaucrats with no imagination. And I was like, sir, the last thing that they're lacking is imagination. I was wondering if the damn church was in the Children of the Corn Town where everybody got to get jobs on make believe. I was like, did they fire him because he hadn't delivered on wizardry in 20 years or what? Like, what was that initial job interview requirement? Were they like, did they fall into it by accident? Like, how did his performance review end where he got fired? They were like, sir, you haven't given us anything we asked for in wizardry. I can't deal with this anymore. You're fired,
We've
sir.
asked you to turn the neighboring mayor into a pig. You've not done that yet. You've all of these earthquakes still happening. Not a thing. Okay.
$11,000 is a lot of money for you not to produce over.
That's an $11,000 a year salary
Yeah.
for being a wizard. That's a remarkable number. Neal, thoughts on the wizard?
Simply, I assume the city council didn't believe he was a real wizard. Like I assume that, but I still think it was probably a little scary for them to fire a wizard. they probably said, yeah. He said some stuff. We got to fire him. But hey, Bob, maybe you should do it. I think just because it's sort of like firing a mafia boss's son. You know, I don't want to do that one. Yeah.
Just in case.
Not talented.
Just in case he's a real wizard. For the off chance.
That's why a lot of people believe in God. It's a weird.
Right.
It's the exact.
Just in case.
Just in case. Yeah, I'll be honest. If we were firing wizards, I would make Neal do it. That's the.
And I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, you know what? It was okay what you said. Yeah, women do bruise very easily. Yeah.
You can see how they got 20 years out of this guy.
20 years of fear. That's what they were like. I don't know if we can do this.
But to find out where to get all you guys on online here in a second, I want to say a special thanks to Jerry Wayne Longmire, running back a house, also helping produce. Not here tonight is Trey Tutson, usually in the co-pilot seat.
We knew what you meant.
Whatever, the one next to JW. Trey is in Seattle. He is on his way to the semifinals of the Seattle Comedy Competition, which means he's going to be on his way to the finals, which means he's going to win because I already know the people in it, and I know Trey, and we're just premeditatively telling him congratulations for the win. But you guys are here tonight, and we've talked about the riot, but where can they find you and the riot online?
Yeah. So, and by the way, we're gonna miss Trey. We produced a show with Trey, and it's incredible.
Oh, the interruption. We did the final one. One of the last times I was on y'all stage.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm gonna try to put some recs up in New York for some people I know to try to get that show going up there because
it belongs up there.
Yeah, it does, and it'll get there eventually. But yeah, our show, The Riot, at The Riot HTX. Me personally, at the Brian Gendron. You can find social media. That's all my social media. And yeah, this is so much fun, dude.
Perfect. Thanks for being here, Corlis. Where can they find you?
Nowhere. I'm just kidding. No, I am first and foremost. I have a show this week on November 19th. It's actually Look But Don't Touch with Rachel. She really put a lot of effort into producing this show, and I'm super excited about it. And then also,
where's it at?
Oh. Hell.
It's at the Bill Arning exhibit.
It's a fun
show.
exhibit.
Perfect.
Fun show.
It's an exhibit.
It's a gallery.
Okay,
Brian,
absolutely.
You should be my manager. Okay, so anyways, long story short, you can find me at Corlis DeLauren on Instagram. I have shows all around. If you follow me, I post my shows all the time. I had such a good time with the show.
Oh my God, you were fantastic.
I was nervous and I'm happy.
Oh no reason to be nervous. We're all just a bunch of
What was that
comics.
movie title again? Your movie title?
I'm not doing that shit.
I'm not doing that shit. I'm going to see that first.
I know.
Right after I get that yodeling pickle. Neal, where can they find you?
At Neal Comedy, Neal Comedy,
It's important to spell it right.
and on shows that I post on there.
It's well, you're very funny. You're all very funny, and if you get a chance to see these folks around town, do so. We'll have clips of this up all throughout the week. The full episode goes up tomorrow. You know that. Follow us collectively at Praise Whiskey or through the stuff, the Whiskey Brothers, and you know where to get me individually. Not individually, individual. I'm gonna have another shot as soon as this show's over. Thanks to Joe Breda and the brand new Double Oak Rye for dropping that off at the studio. It's available soon at local specs near you. And let's just call this one. Jerry, you want to do it? We're done, huh? Yeah? All right. Bye.